Welcome to the Note to Self podcast. I'm your host, Zoe. I'm a certified professional life coach, serial entrepreneur, verified YouTuber, and published author. On this podcast, you can expect actionable tips, reflections, and inspiration to live your best, most fulfilling life. So, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Note to Self. Today, I'm super excited to share with you more about my journey of moving into my dream villa in Bali. I know this is something that I've shared with on the podcast a little bit here and there about how this was originally like a stretch for me. It had me feeling very uncomfortable to invest in myself in this way and to grant myself my dream home, literally. And I've learned a lot about myself in this process, about finances, abundance, and wealth in this process. And just a few days ago, I arrived back from India and I had my personal assistant move me into the new villa while I was away. And so to land back in Bali after an incredible adventure into a completely new beginning of the most abundant, beautiful villa that I could imagine for myself. Like literally my dream villa. It's everything that I had desired that I couldn't even put into, like, the universe always knows better than us, basically. The universe knows exactly what you want. And it's just a matter of getting out of your own way and like letting that all unfold. But yeah, it's just been such a beautiful journey and a beautiful unfolding. And I've just been celebrating so much since I moved in because this really represents new beginnings for me and really sets a powerful energetic precedent for my future. And I've shared before in a recent episode on this podcast that when it scares you, lean in. I was so scared. I had so much resistance around really claiming this villa for myself, as in, like, it was solely a decision made by my intuition, which meant that my ego naturally had its little freakouts about it that I had to work through. But I mean, bless those little freakouts of the ego, because when we feel triggered in those ways, it's prompting us to do the work to really accept and own and claim our up level. And that's what I've really seen has been the case for me. And when I leaned in, even though it scared me, and decided to get this villa, I didn't really know what the full means would be. Like I knew that I could do it because I believe in myself and my ability to earn money and create success and create wealth and just, but I wanted to be able to claim this move and actually have it be more effortless and easy than I could imagine. And so that was the intention which I set for myself was, you know what, I'm not just going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen extremely comfortably. By the time that I move into that villa, I'm claiming a next level of success, comfort in finances, and feeling of stability and security that I've never known before. Basically, calling in a new level with money, one that is overflowing abundance and ease. And when I arrived back in India, when I arrived back from India just a few days ago, I decided to look up my numbers because I'd taken 3 weeks off of my business, which is also something I've never done before, which also granted the ego a few little freakouts I had to work through, but it was all great. I actually just saw the spaciousness and the ease that I've created for myself in working smarter, not harder, and just feeling worthy of traveling the world and disconnecting for a while. And I've actually seen so many beautiful benefits of what this has done for my ideas and my excitement about the future. It's just been so incredibly rewarding. But I looked at my numbers when I got back from India, and I realized that for the first time in, I think, ever, because I feel like there's been certain times where I've had higher levels of passive income. And some, like, it's one thing that I actually talk a lot about, or will be talking more about in the Digital Nomad Academy, is sometimes as an entrepreneur, it feels like this feast or famine energy where there's a lot of money coming in at once and then not so much. But establishing stability, something that I've really figured out for myself, and putting in the structures to create that stability that feels good to me. That's been something that's been part of the journey. I'll also talk about that in my money masterclass. That's going to be at the end of this month too. You can sign up for free via the link in the show notes here. But I realized that when I was looking at my numbers, that for the first time, all of my living expenses were completely covered and are completely covered by passive income, which means a whole new level of spaciousness and ease than I've ever known before. And I just have been feeling into so much gratitude because this has been the result of me really applying myself to a next level over the last 4 months. Like, honestly, big change, huge change, quantum leap change doesn't have to take a long time, you guys. Like, it can literally be a quantum leap. And that's what I've really been experiencing in myself is just when I've harnessed the power of my focus and really applied myself energetically to the future that I'm creating for myself and getting intentional about that. And like I said, I'll be diving into this in the masterclass. I've gotten the results. And now I've got this new level of spaciousness and ease in my life where money is just fun. Money is feeling like this thing that I, for the first time, understand deeply, where I felt like I've understood it in periods or in different chapters of my life, but not actually felt like me and money were good. We were like besties. We totally got each other. I finally feel like we totally got each other, and it feels spacious. It feels abundant. It feels overflowing. It feels like I know where I'm going and I'm continuing to go to that place, and I can trust. I can trust that money's got me and that my abundant life is inevitable and everything I'm creating is inevitable. And so, yeah, this is one of the big things that I really wanted to share with you guys, and everything that I've learned. Like I said, I've been so incredibly lit up by this journey with creating stability and ease and healing my relationship with money once and for all, that I can't help but put it into like a masterclass. I'm like, I can't wait to share with all of you. Like, it's just, it doesn't have to take a long time, and it's so incredibly rewarding on the other side. And for those of you listening who aren't feeling good about your relationship with money right now, great, because if you've got it with the awareness that you're not feeling good about it, you're calling in the information, the beautiful wisdom and lessons that are needed to actually get you on the other side of that. And that's one thing I kept seeding to myself, was this belief that soon I'm going to be on the other side of this, and it feels amazing. And then I started to take out the word soon and was just like, I am on the other side of this, and it feels so incredibly spacious. It feels so incredibly abundant. It feels so incredibly easy, right? And it was like once I really shifted into that feeling that it was actually here now, that spaciousness, it like happened. It just happened, and so effortlessly and easily. And I know that's how other things have manifested in my life before in the past, but money was always this thing. Like I said, I didn't know if we were totally besties. I didn't know if I could like fully trust money. There was always like parts of my ego, and there still are layers of it, but it's just much different now. There's layers to new up levels, but what I'm saying is like the base foundation that I have with money as a relationship is so incredibly empowering right now. And I just know that this is the beginning of a beautiful journey, and that this foundation that I've been desiring to build in my life for so long has really been established. And part of this was me leaning into my expansion, claiming my expansion, putting myself into the uncomfortable stretch in order then to create the success, to create the life. It is really what I found with the journey of up leveling myself financially, is that you have to invest in yourself, yes, and that's definitely a conversation to be had. But I mean giving the universe the opportunity to show up for you. Like, there's one thing to be said about like preparing yourself to like make a leap of faith, make a move of some kind, and feel like, yep, I've got the money that I desire. But you know what? The time is never perfect. And what I found in my journey, I'm a leaper. I've shared that with you on the podcast about like moving to Rome with no money and things like that. And it's not something that I recommend unless it's like I just say like my recommendation, and I'll just disclaim this is just if it's your divine desire, answer to it. And you'll know, right? When you've got something that's pulling on your heartstrings, that's calling you, and you know what that is, you know what that is. Nobody knows better than you for that. So I'm not here to tell you to like make a leap and watch what happens. But what I'm saying is that lean in, and if it scares you, great, because this is what gives the universe space to show up for you. Right? If you're that person out there who's constantly making sure that all your ducks in a row before you make any move, how are you giving yourself the opportunity to allow the universe to come in and to show you a next level of trust? Because faith is what happens when it looks like everything in the external reality is showing you that what you desire is not happening, and you choose to believe anyways. That's faith. That's when faith actually happens. And that's when a next level trust actually happens. So what I'm saying is like, you've got to work this muscle. And this beautiful new home of mine, which I'll make sure I put up a highlight on my Instagram if you guys want to check it out if you're listening to the podcast. Like, this is it. This was a stretch that I've grown into very quickly. I've quantum leaped into it because that's what I decided for myself. And I actually trusted my intuition overall. I trusted that internal compass. I trusted my desires were divine and they were meant for me. And I gave the universe space to show up for me. I didn't wait until I quote unquote had it all figured out or felt like I had my shit together to decide I was making a leap for myself. I was like, no, I feel this in my heart. And that's the truest of all truths, is that my heart has never led me astray, and I'm going to trust it. And I've never been led astray by my heart, like I said. And I really want to highlight those of you out there who are feeling like you've got a divine desire in your heart, but like you might feeling resistant around, I need to have this much money saved, I need to have this done, I need to do that. Like, what do you actually need to do? Like, maybe you just actually need to trust your heart. Maybe you just actually need to tune into what feels good for you. And like I said, giving the universe space. There's something really powerful and really magical when you give the universe space to show you the way forward, or like just provide the means for you to make that move, whatever that is, take that leap, whatever that is. It's like, I know that me and the universe are tighter than ever before because I stretched myself in a way that I've never stretched myself before. And the universe showed up for me because I created the space to allow that. And it's, very much a co-creative experience with Source, as it always is. But what I'm saying is that if you'd like to have deeper levels of trust in your life, it's going to require you to make leaps. It's going to require you to do things that make you feel very uncomfortable. And by making you feel very uncomfortable, I'm definitely meaning the ego. The ego is going to have all sorts of feisty little comments, doubts, limiting beliefs, but that's your playground, right? Whenever we stretch, there is our beautiful, abundant playground of the things that we need to look at to claim our next level. So anyways, I hope that this episode inspired you guys. I just wanted to give you a little update because you've been a part of this journey so far, and I can't wait to see where else this goes. But this is one of the huge lessons about moving into my dream villa in Bali. And just know that whatever's in your heart of hearts, whatever that divine desire is, it's meant for you and you shall have it. And I wholeheartedly believe in you. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you for listening to Note to Self. If you enjoyed this episode, please help me out by rating and reviewing this show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If my energy is resonating with you and you feel the call to work with me, there are an abundance of ways to do so. I offer one-to-one life coaching programs, mastermind containers, and DIY courses, all of which are available through my website, zoearielpoulsen.com. Until next time, take note of all the abundance that surrounds you as you make the most of this game called life.